For months, I dreamed of quitting my job so I could spend more time learning how to code. Every day after work, I would be really tired and I would have to stay up really late just so I could spend at least a few hours learning. It was tiring, the days were long, and I never quite felt like I was putting in enough time to actually learn effectively. So I came up with a plan to quit my job. In this video, I'm going to show you how you could possibly do the same. Disclaimer, I am not telling you to quit your job to learn how to code. I'm just giving you the information that I used so that you could use it for your reference, possibly in the future. One of the things that I did was start planning way in advance. I'd really suggest starting this at least 6 months in advance. You're going to need lots of money saved for expenses and your peace of mind. Nothing's worse than running through your savings and realizing that it's almost gone. One thing that I did was track my expenses every month before quitting so that I would be able to know how many months I would have to actually learn. I gave myself enough time to feel comfortable not working, and then I added another 3 months onto that just in case. You really need to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time. I would also recommend you coming up with a plan just in case you don't get a developer job in the amount of time that you allocated. I mean, what if that happens? What are you gonna do then? You could possibly go back to your previous job or take a new one. Or instead of just quitting your full-time job and going straight to having no job, you can line up a part-time job instead. This way you could dedicate time towards learning and working and still have an income. One of the best decisions that I've made was getting rid of unnecessary expenses. After creating your budget, you're going to see where every dollar is going. Like me, you'll probably realize that there are some areas where you could actually cut back spending. Here's what I did to reduce my spending. I sold my nice sports car that I was making payments on. It was about $12,000 worth of debt or $300 a month in payments. I still needed a car, so I bought a piece of crap minivan for $2,500. I moved out of my very nice 2-bedroom apartment and had to move in with my wife's family, saving us about $1,500 a month. My wife and I only eat out at restaurants maybe once a month instead of 4 times a month, saving us about $120. I also do intermittent fasting. It's not solely for financial reasons, but it does allow me to eat maybe 1 to 2 cheat meals a day, saving me about $150 a month. I do online shopping way less, which saves me about $125 a month. And I did all of this for 8 months straight so that I could save up enough money to quit my job. All of this allowed us to save about 14 months of my portion of our expenses. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that it is going to suck and there are some things you're going to have to sacrifice. I'd rather make sacrifices now than spend the rest of my life wondering if I'll ever find a career choice that I'll be happy with. You will need to research a good learning tool and learning path. This is going to save you a lot of time in the long run. I talk about this in some of my other videos, but I'm reiterating here so that you can save yourself some time and money on the courses that you buy. Sometimes a course may seem great at first, but then you realize that it's not really for you. I recommend a minimum of 3 days of actually going through the course before deciding if you like it or not. I've bought a course before and realizing after only a few hours that it was basically somebody just writing code and I would copy it. You want to make sure that a course not only has good reviews, but also has great challenges as well. The best courses that I took will teach for about 5 to 10 minutes and then immediately jump into you solving either a coding problem or building some piece of a project. You want to make sure that you're not just copying code and that your course is actually challenging. This one is very important. You need to start building a network right now. This is often overlooked, but it is really one of the most important steps. Start building a network now. Yes, right now. Start going on LinkedIn or your platform of choice and talk about who you are, what you're learning, and your plans for growth. Some people make the mistake of not posting anything until they need something from someone. The problem with this is it could take time to build a network and build trust amongst other people. And if you wait until you need something from someone to start reaching out to people, most likely people aren't really going to care. Think about it like this. Someone that you've never heard from before just reaches out to you and starts asking you for things. Are you just going to set aside some time and start helping them? Maybe, but maybe not. The point here is don't just be a random reaching out to random people. Start building a strong network or community right now so that by the time you're actually ready to leave your job, you'll have some people who know who you are, know what value you bring, and can trust you. So how do you actually build a network before quitting your job? Well, it's as simple as providing value to others. If you're new to learning code, you might be thinking to yourself, well, I'm new, what value can I really add, right? Well, that's really the wrong way of thinking. Your experiences can actually bring a lot of value to other people. When I first started building a network, I talked a lot about my learning struggles and also how I decided to try and overcome them. This can be really valuable to others because people are thinking the same thing that you're thinking. Everyone struggles in the beginning, and other people are looking for people to relate to. By being honest and sharing your experiences, you not only build trust with other people, but you show them that you're also relatable. Another thing is to post consistently every day. This is not as hard as it seems. It honestly takes about 5 minutes to make a post on social media. Your consistency shows that you should be taken seriously. Also, just consistently lift up others. Comment on other people's posts and leave encouraging feedback. Show people that you care and that you're a good person. None of these things actually take much effort, but they allow you to build your network over time. And you'll start seeing that you're not only just providing value to other people, but they also start to give back to you as well. I know the opportunity to just quit your job and become a developer is not available to everyone, but if you do have the opportunity to do this, these are some of the things that you might want to consider. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, then go ahead and subscribe.